for joining us on the Ben and Liam podcast. But the boys are now enjoying their holidays. So it's up to just you and me to review the year that brought us glee. It's the Ben and Liam Best of Podcast.
Herbet the Dancing Horse.
Ben, what do Whoopi Goldberg, Magda Szubanski and Barack Obama have in common?
Is this a riddle?
No, it's just a question.
They're all people of power.
It is true, yes.
When I think power, I think Whoopi Goldberg.
And Magda Szubanski. They've all written children's books, Ben, okay? And what do we have in common with Chappelle Corby, Joseph Stalin, and Pauline Hanson?
There was that time we went to Bali.
There was that time, yes. We all haven't written a children's book. And I don't know about you, but I think I like it over there with Barack and Magda. Seems like a fun place to be.
Liam, you're talking around in riddles. I can't figure out what you're saying.
Listen to me. Read between the lines, Ben. We're going to write a kid's book.
We have no writing experience.
Who cares? It's
Yeah,
about
it's a
farts and
kid's-
stuff.
yeah.
It's a kid's book,
It's
you
a
know what I mean?
kid's
It's like,
book, that's
probably
true.
like 4 sentences max.
That's true. So what's it about?
I don't know.
You've done no writing at all.
Don't know.
Well, who's the main character?
Don't know. Haven't put much thought into it.
Right, so-
that's
so-
where we're going to write a kid's book.
Right, so we'd write the book, we get it illustrated, and then what, we just like sell it on the show?
Well, look, I say we're going to write a kid's book.
Yeah.
We're not. What we're going to do is we're going to say it's like, it's Ben and Liam's kid's book.
Yeah.
But we're just going to get kids who listen to this show to write it.
So
we have to do
genius.
no
So we
work.
do no work and get all the money.
Mate, well, I think we'll give the money to charity. I don't think that would look really bad if we, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? If
smart.
we took the money and the kids are doing all the work.
Smart, and we skim a bit off the top.
Yeah, a little bit. Like, I mean, just, you know, just, you
to
gotta,
pay the kids.
yeah. Don't worry, kids. Oh, you know, it's just a bit of, you know, work in the back end, getting that payment over to you.
You know what we could do, though? If it's written by kids for kids,
Yes.
and then everyone that gets on the radio and helps us write the book will give them a credit in it. So you'll get your name in the book.
Much like when you see the writing credits or the credits that roll at the end of the movie.
Yep.
If you get in touch
Yep.
right now, 13 24 10, you want to help out, then you get your name in the book.
Why don't we start with a bit of inspiration?
Yeah,
Because
right.
I haven't been in the kids' book market for a long time.
It's been a long time since I've read The Hungry Fish.
Hungry Caterpillar.
See, it's been so long, I don't even know.
You've got the iconic
Rainbow Fish is what I was thinking.
Possum Magic. Remember Rainbow Fish? And it had
Rainbow
the
Fish
scales?
is good.
That was a
I
good
can't
one.
remember what happens in it, though.
I think it loses its scales, or it's ashamed of its scales, or something like that. Yeah.
You know what? Why don't we do this? We need some information. Kids, what's your favourite book?
Yep.
What's it about? 13 24 10, because we need to start thinking of some ideas for our
It'll
special book.
Get the creative juices flowing.
Sophie, you're 10 years old. What are you reading?
Hi, I'm reading a book that I got from my school. It's called El Toro, the Famous Bull.
Okay. And what happens in El Toro, the famous bull?
So this girl's grandpa sells her bull, and she runs away to go find him again.
Oh,
that's cute.
That's really sweet.
That's nice.
And you haven't finished the book yet, Sophie?
I have a few more pages
A
left.
few more pages to
Oh,
go.
good. Well,
Yeah.
hopefully the ball didn't run away to Spain.
Elise joins us. You're 9 years old, Elise, and what are you reading?
I'm reading a fictional book called Ground Zero.
A fictional book.
Right. And what's Ground Zero about?
It's two fictional stories based on 9/11.
Whoa.
That's
It also has zero pictures.
Yeah, right.
Well,
Is that-
you would hope so.
are you doing that for school or just because?
What?
Are you doing that like for a school assignment or just because you want to read it?
Just because I wanted to read it.
History buff.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's not necessarily green eggs and ham, is
No,
it?
I
It's,
thought when you said Ground Zero was the name of the book, I thought it was going to be like maybe about like Chernobyl.
it's Chernobyl. You've always struggled with that, haven't you? I thought in the back of my head, 9/11 Ground Zero, but I'm not
Yeah.
going to say 9/11 in
Yeah.
front of a kid.
Yeah.
But obviously, she's around.
So maybe we can do some like
but
Yeah.
it's fictional. I'm so
I think
intrigued.
maybe she meant to say non-fiction.
Because it happened, guys.
Yeah. yeah.
Unless her parents are like, oh, no, that's just a big silly story.
Well, look, my juices have well and truly flowed everywhere.
Oh, wow. The juices are flowing all over here in the studio. A lot of creative energy, okay? And tomorrow, I think we need to tackle the very important job of picking our main character.
All right, start having a think about it now because it's going to be your homework, okay? Tomorrow morning, we want to know who is the main character in our book. We'll do it tomorrow on Nova.
Yes, what a funny story.
If you didn't know, Ben and I are writing a kid's book.
Yes, we are, Liam, and I cannot wait because it's going to be great.
All the proceeds going to a charity. We haven't chosen one yet, but we don't even have a book publisher. Like, it's very early stages.
Yep.
In fact, right now, we're about to pick our main character. It's all for kids by kids as well. So children have been calling up 13, 24, 10 with their suggestions for main characters. We've had some incredible suggestions.
Peyton, you're 10 years old. What is your suggestion for the main character for our kids' book?
Lizzie the lizard.
Yeah, is that about Queen Elizabeth, who's a lizard? Did you know?
Yes.
Ah, cool. Yeah,
It is.
Yeah, Lizzie the lizard. Angus, what have you got? What do you think the main character should be?
Herbet the dancing horse.
Herbet the dancing horse. He just can't stop
Does
dancing.
he do some pretty cool dance moves, Angus? What kind of moves does he do?
Boogie.
A little bit of boogie.
Amazing suggestions. Thank you so much.
My cousin Kaiden, 7 years old, sent through a video suggestion last night.
My idea is Lightning Bolt Lava Boy. He shoots lightning from his eyes and lava from his mouth.
Maybe he could be the arch nemesis of our main character.
We do have to pick one, though. Who is the main character? This whole story will revolve around this person or animal or thing.
Yeah, and look, we have carefully made a decision. Look, I think a lot of the characters that were suggested will make their way
Into the story.
into the
Yep.
book, for sure. Of course, we need to pick a main character.
Yep.
Who does this story revolve around?
And remember, this person will get their name in the book. How cool is that?
So when you open the book, you're going to see our names there. You're also going to see Angus's name. He's 8 years old. Angus, what was your suggestion again, mate?
Herbet the dancing horse.
It was Herbet. We love that idea so much, Angus. Congratulations. You're going to be in the book.
Yeah.
You're a real-life author. Now you can tell all of your friends. I mean, such a great idea. Where did this come from, Angus? Did it just come to you when we said, do you have an idea? Or is this something you've been brewing up for a little while?
It's my idea because
Yeah.
I was dancing.
You like dancing?
Yeah.
And you like horses as well, I assume?
Yeah, I like horses.
Yeah. Do you know what Herbert's favourite dance move is, Angus?
The boogie.
The boogie, that's
yeah,
right.
that's
Yeah,
right.
okay. So
And
he's
he tap dances.
tap dances. I thought you
Yeah.
said lap dances, which is a different... Angus was working very hard.
Well, Angus, look, your name is going to be in the book. Congratulations.
Thank you.
No
thank
worries,
you.
Angus. Thank you for the idea.
Can I say something else?
Absolutely, mate.
I would be upset if you didn't.
Since you're here.
So he has a name that changes to rainbow when he dances because he's so happy.
Oh, right. His mane changes when
To a
he's-
rainbow because he's so happy when he dances.
Right. So, like, when you can,
Yeah.
a puppy's happy, their tail wags.
Yep.
But when Herbert's happy, he turns into a rainbow.
Yep. Angus, in a kid's book, normally there's like a friend. Have you got any ideas
Yeah.
of who Herbert's friend could be? Who's his best friend?
Dude the duck.
Yeah, do the duck.
Do the
yeah,
duck, yeah.
Harlan's suggestion.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That's a good. I was gonna, for a second there, I thought the well was tapped, and I thought we've pushed you
Yeah.
creatively to breaking point, and that's fair because you've already given us a main character. But there you go. So Herb the dancing horse. Maybe he's really good friends with Dude the Duck.
Duck,
That's
yep.
great, Angus. Thank you so much for your suggestions. Look, now we have a main character, guys. We need to start putting pen to paper.
Yep.
So the journey continues tomorrow morning. What is this horse all about? We know he loves to boogie.
What makes this
we
horse
know
tick?
he likes to tap dance and maybe lap dance sometimes. But we don't know what kind of scrapes he gets into and how he's going to overcome those challenges.
Yeah.
So we'll get onto that tomorrow.
All right, if you've got any thought starters, this is real broad strokes now, but if you have an idea for the narrative, 0400 919 919, you can text in there. And this week we put pen to paper and we start writing the story.
P to the O to the D to the cast.
Let's go now. What?
We're writing a kids' book, if you didn't know. It's by kids for kids. Our main character is a dancing horse. His name is Herbet. We didn't really know much else about him other than the fact he's got a bit of a rainbow mane.
Yep.
And this is sort of by kids for kids. So this week we're getting kids into the writer's room. We're picking their brains. We're throwing things at them. In return, they get a glass of water. This is our first session you're about to hear with young Max and Elise.
Welcome to the writer's room. Name and age?
My name is Elise and I'm 9.
How old is Herbet?
I feel like he would be younger than like a teenager, but
Okay,
not old,
okay.
but older than a toddler.
So your age? Should we say 9?
5, 6, 7 maybe.
7? Okay.
Yeah, I changed my mind.
5, maybe 6, maybe 7. Max, how old do you think Herbet is?
21.
21. Okay.
That's what 9 plus 10 is.
Yep. What would a horse wear to school?
I think since he's a horse, he would just wear nothing to school.
Yeah. But of course he would have tap shoes on his feet.
Yeah.
But then no pants or top.
No. Because he's a horse.
What's a bad thing that can happen to Herbet?
He could hurt his foot and not be able to dance or something.
Not bad. What's a bad thing that could happen to Herbet?
Being bullied at the school.
Getting bullied, yes. And then he could overcome those issues by dancing and bringing everyone together. That's good. How does Herbet save the day?
He might use like magic tap moves to save the day.
If Herbet had like a catchphrase, what do you think it would be? Do you know what Herbert's friends are called, or what they would be called?
My name.
His friends are called Max. All of them are called Max.
I feel like he could have like a mix of the genders for his friends.
What does Herbet like to do when he's not at school?
I think he would like to go to competitions and see if he can get first for dancing. He goes to the city.
He goes to the city, and what does Herbet do in the city?
Shop.
He shops. Shops. What does he buy at the shops? Where does he go?
KFC like you guys.
And what does he buy at KFC?
Chicken nuggets.
Bloody genius. That's it. That's it. There's the story. That's good stuff.
A really great session. We now know that Herbet is 5, 6 or 7,
Maybe
like
7.
around about there.
All 21.
Or 21. He's got friends of both gender, mixed, and they are all called Max. We might have to tweak that bit because that might be a bit confusing in the book. And he likes to go to the city and eat chicken nuggets. So that's now we know a bit of stuff about our character.
We are still looking, though, for more writing sessions, okay?
Yeah.
So if you would like to be involved with one, you can ask Mum and Dad, get them to send us a message, 0400 919 919, and you can come in to the Benaleem Writers' Room and you can help tell us what Herbet the Dancing Horse is all about.
We're going to help build the story along tomorrow morning again. We're going to be asking a few more questions. Also, remember, if you come in, you will get that glass of water.
This is a voiceover sweep to break up the podcast.
So we've been having these writing sessions. So yesterday you might have heard young Max and Elise. We got in a boardroom with them. They were throwing some things around. Basically, we know now that he loves chicken nuggets and shopping in the city. We had another writing session as well with Isaac, Ilya, Miller and Gemma.
This writing session was a bit more off the wall.
It's pretty wild.
A bit more crazy.
These kids were just firing things.
Yeah.
Left, right and centre. I could barely keep up with the notes, to be honest.
Yeah, they were saying things that only a kid could think of.
Which is good, because
Exactly.
that's kind of the essence of the kids' book. You don't want to have these adult ideas
Yeah.
when you're going, oh, no, that's too silly. We can't do that. You want them talking about vacuums and ray guns in udders. You're about to hear all of that stuff in this session we had.
What are your names and age?
My name's Isaac and I'm 10 years old.
My name's Ina and I'm also 10 years old.
Camilla, how old are you?
I'm 8.
8 years old. Okay.
Have you written many books in the past?
No.
Name and age?
9.
Gemma. Excellent.
Very good. What year are you in, Gemma?
Year 4.
How old do you think Herbert is?
10.
10.
It's a good age.
10, okay.
I don't know. Maybe he could be, 2 ages at once.
2 hours?
Multiple, maybe.
Wow.
Multiple ages at once.
So multiple dimensions.
Yeah, who knows?
500.
500? Okay.
Wow.
All right. 500 years old.
Yeah. If you had to pick an age, though, what age would he be?
Minus 12.
Minus 12.
Minus 12.
Wow.
All right. Yeah, I'm into it.
That's something.
Yeah, that is something.
What do you think Herbert would wear to school?
Bathers.
Bathers.
Does he swim at school or he just likes wearing bathers?
He just likes wearing bathers.
Right.
Board shorts and that sort of stuff.
And would he get in trouble for not wearing a school uniform?
Yes, all the time.
But he still wears bathers anyway. Yep.
He might wear different clothes all the way through the week, so every day he'd wear something different.
And what would Herbert wear to school, do you think?
A dress.
A dress? Okay.
Okay. Fair enough. What colour dress?
Blue.
Obviously, in a book, there has to be a sad moment. Something has to happen to Herbert. What do you think that would
He
be?
falls in the lake and Duke the Duck has to save him.
Falls in the lake.
And horses. Not that swimming.
A sponge fell off his shirt.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, dear.
He gets in trouble by his teacher.
And what was he doing when he got in trouble?
Eating lollies and playing with fidgets. That's something that my teacher hates.
Let's get out of the clothing zone.
Yep.
Evil farming calisthenics teacher took away his moves, so he can't dance anymore.
The calisthenics and farming teacher took away his dance.
Evil calisthenics farmer dancing teacher.
Took away Herbert's dance moves.
What do you think the evil farmer calisthenics teacher's name would be?
Vacuum. Mr. Evil.
Mr. Evil.
Mr. Evil Vacuum Man. Oh, guys, this is some good stuff.
How can Herbert save the day at the end of the book?
He does a backflip.
Does a backflip.
Yes, and the crowd just goes wild. I love it.
He take away years of powers from the calisthenics farmer teacher. One of his friends at school, he could be a cow with a fat udder, and when you squeeze his udder, random things will come popping out.
Yes.
And he could, grab a power-taking ray
Yes.
and get rid of the power from the calisthenics teacher, and the calisthenics teacher stored his powers in a little tube because it was a liquid power, and he could just drink it back up again.
Well, there you go, our writing session with some children there. I think that's all pretty straightforward. Everyone
think
happy
so,
with that?
yeah.
I think that'll translate pretty well on the kids' book.
So Herbert will have a friend with a fat udder. There'll be a ray gun in there. He'll use that to sap out the powers from the evil calisthenics farmer teacher.
Yeah, called Mr. Vacuum.
That's right.
He wears bathers to school, and he's 2 ages at once. Maybe minus 12, maybe 50. So, yeah.
This is going to be one heck of a book. I think we can all agree.
But you know what? We think that's crazy. But kids will open that book and go, yes,
Yeah.
this book just gets me. I love it. It must have been written by a group of children.
Ben and Liam. Dopamine for your ears.
Herbert the Dancing Horse. It's written by kids for kids. We had some writing room sessions last week, and we worked out that Herbert's 5, 6, maybe 7, or maybe he's minus 12. He wears bathers to school. He falls into a lake. There's an evil farming calisthenics teacher called Mr. Vacuum.
Yeah, look, there's a lot
tied
of
up in the story.
wild ideas getting thrown around for Herbert, but we just know he's a horse and he loves dancing.
Yep, and we've got an illustrator. We have an author. It's all going really well. We don't have a publisher, though. So we called around yesterday to try and find one. First up, we called Herbet Publishing.
Welcome to Herbet Publishing. This is Zoe.
Hi, Zoe. Yeah, let's cut to the chase. How would you like to publish the most successful children's book of all time?
Wow, the most successful.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so you're looking for a publisher, is that right?
We need a lot of hot copies fast. Because we've been working with some very exciting people. You've probably heard of Angus. He's an 8-year-old.
Would you like to head to our website? You can find a list of...
Sorry, we don't really do websites. We write the stories, and if you want to jump on this train, you got to jump on now.
Good luck, boys. I think you should head on over to the website, yeah?
Okay, seems like a lot of admin.
No no worries.
Thanks anyway, Zoe. Appreciate it.
We couldn't believe it. We didn't get the deal. But you know what they say? Thomas Edison had 2 tries before he invented the light bulb. So up next, we called Back-to-Back Publishing.
Hello, Back-to-Back Publishing. This is Rachel.
How would you like to make millions of dollars?
Millions of dollars.
Millions of dollars.
Millions of dollars.
Are you looking for publishing?
We are. It's funny you asked that because we are authors. We've got a manuscript. It's about a dancing horse called Herbet.
Okay, yeah. Look, that all sounds great. I think it would be best if you send us through the manuscript via email.
It seems like a lot of admin to send an email.
Well, you know how things work.
Should we put you down for a yes or a...
Just send me an email and we'll definitely get back to you.
Elevator pitch. Herbert, he's a dancing horse, runs into some trouble along the way.
Dances his way out of it.
Dances his way out of it. Happy ending.
Look, it's definitely not something that I've heard of before. We appreciate the call. I'll make a note that you called at least.
So, Liam, turns out this whole getting a book published thing is harder than J.K. Rowling makes it seem.
After a grueling 2 minutes, we decided to call a third number, and then we got a publishing deal.
Hello, Green Hill Publishing. This is Caitlin.
Oh, hi, Caitlin. It's Ben.
And Liam.
The radio hosts.
Philanthropists and authors. So we actually are
have
calling...
a small opportunity
it's a
for you.
small window. We're going to need an answer pretty quick. A lot of things moving very fast here, but we've got a children's book that it's in its early...
Heard about it.
Hey?
Definitely heard about it.
What's it called?
Herbet the Dancing Horse.
Yeah, no, we've been getting a hell of a lot of publishing interest. So look, I would be interested to see what you guys can offer before we go with anyone, but can you make it happen? Can you publish it?
Oh, definitely. We'd love to work with you guys on this.
A yes.
Basically, you give us your manuscript and we can work with it and give you a book at the end.
Pretty good deal.
For you.
Yeah, for you. Yeah, well, I'm just going to have a quick talk to my associate quickly.
No worries.
We'll just chuck you around. We've got literally no other offers.
Zero offers.
Seems really nice. Do we let her mull over it so we can get a better deal for 24 hours?
I just want to Google Green Hill Publishing. You know, it seems legit.
It looks good.
It seems legit. It seems like a real publisher.
I'm just having a look at that now. I think we say yes.
I think we say yes.
But don't act too happy. Caitlin, are you back?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, Caitlin, we're not happy about this, but we want to go with you guys.
Great. We'd love to work with you.
Yes. So look, is this a verbal agreement? Are we shaking on this?
Oh, definitely. We'll definitely say
yes. Excellent.
We kind of have a mantra, if you just want to repeat it for us.
Well, we say it every morning. We wake up and we say, we will crush Mem Fox. If you can just, if you're on board, then say the magic word.
We're definitely on board with you.
Okay.
Maybe not the customer.
Yeah. You heard it here first. We have got a publishing deal. We're very excited to announce we're working with Green Hill Publishing.
And even though they wouldn't say it, I think we all know Mem Fox is going down. No.
Even though she was very kind to us.
She was so sweet.
When she joined us last week.
But no, this is exciting. We have now got a publisher for Herbet the Dancing Horse, so it's getting very real, Liam.
Yes. How many copies do we think? 1,000,
well, I think
2,000?
we need to actually have maybe 5,000, a proper call with them, just to work out the nitty-gritty of the deal.
Okay, well, look, this is good news. The kids' book is going really well.
P to the O to the D to the cast.
So we've got the character, we've got a bit of moxie, we don't have any know-how, though.
Absolutely no idea.
But where do you start?
How to write a kid's book.
Like, it doesn't seem too hard.
And what do you do when you don't know how to do something? You get a lesson. You get a lesson from someone who's an expert.
Someone who may have written Possum Magic. Like one of the best.
One of Australia's most iconic authors.
Yeah, we're about to get that lesson right now.
This beloved Aussie author has sold millions and millions of books worldwide. You know her from ones such as Koalaloo, Where is the Green Sheep, Time for Bed, and of course, most famously, Possum Magic. Please welcome Mem Fox.
Mem, what an honour. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for asking me. It's an honour to be asked.
Well, look, Mem, right off the bat, we'll let everybody know about your new book that people can get next Tuesday. It's called Cat Dog. You can pre-order it now. But we thought this is perfect to get you on. It almost feels like we're colleagues. I don't know if you know this, Mem, but Liam and I are writing our own kids' book.
Well, as long as you take my advice, you could, do something here.
Okay, good. I like
learning
this.
from the master.
Yeah.
First of all, I mean, where do we start?
Well, where you start, I know that you have a title. I know that you've got Herbet the Magic Horse.
Yep.
No worries
Dancing
about
horse?
that.
Obviously, it doesn't stick in the head well enough.
Yeah, so there's no magic, but he does love to tap.
Unless,
dance.
of course, we can the dancing stuff and head to the magic if you think that's better.
Oh, right, Herbet the Dancing Horse.
Yeah.
Okay. Whatever you write, whatever the kids suggest, you need to read aloud what you've written, because when you read aloud what you've written, you can tell whether you've got the rhythm and the smoothness and so on. Once upon a time, but not very long ago, deep in the Australian bush lived two possums, their names were Hush and Grandma Potts. There's a rhythm.
We're getting a
to
Possum
it.
Magic live reading, guys. This is huge. Normally you have to pay big money for this.
Out of the kindness of my heart, I'm doing this morning.
Look, Mem, the inspiration is already flowing from your passion for kids' books. I am
know.
thoroughly enjoying this. Let's say that Liam and I are writing and we get 350 words in, but then, bang, we get writer's block. What do you do if you can't figure out the rest of the story? Where do you go? What do you do?
Well, to start with, there's got to be, somewhere in the book, there has to be what I call a blue page. And it's not necessarily coloured blue, but the feeling on that page is very, very blue. And it's when everything goes bad, everything goes wrong. Herbet the Dancing Horse, may not be able to dance ever again,
He breaks
for
a leg.
example.
Yeah,
Exactly.
of course.
We all
May
know
not
what
be
happens
think-
when a horse breaks a leg.
Exactly. But then something happens that corrects that makes that come good. There's no preaching in it, by the way.
Yep.
Do not treat, don't teach, don't preach. Kids cannot stand that. They cannot bear
This is
it.
all gold. I love
This is
this.
good
Yeah.
stuff. I've got my notepad out.
Stand being told how to behave through a book.
Yeah.
That's not what a book's for.
Yeah.
A book's to entertain you. It's to have fun. It's really fantastic.
Yep.
So to do with the blue page, something has to change your heart from the beginning of the book to the end of the book. Are you with me?
I'm with you. I'm with
we're
you.
with you.
Blue
Yeah,
page. I'm
yeah.
going to put a big blue page in this book.
And don't end on a
Right.
blue page.
Yeah.
Otherwise that'll...
No, don't end on the blue page. You've got to end on a very happy note.
Yes.
So that's my major advice.
Look, ma'am, I
Change
think-
the heart
I
and
think
get the rhythm right.
I think that is some amazing advice this morning.
We're going to take it all the way. If you're just tuning in, we're writing a kid's book, Herbet the Dancing Horse, Mem Fox, iconic Aussie author on the line.
And we were thinking, when the book's finished, Mem, do you want to give us a quote that we can put on the cover or in the back somewhere, if you like it?
Oh, no, I don't usually do that.
That's okay.
I did it once, and the book didn't turn out so well.
You know what? Now we're going to
I
print
was
it.
really embarrassed.
And it's
I
going to
was so
say,
embarrassed.
Herbet the Dancing Horse, written by Ben and Liam and the Children of Adelaide, illustrated by whoever wins the competition. And then it's going to say, Mem Fox, I don't usually do that. The last time I did this, the book didn't go too well.
No, we won't do that, Mem, but look, we really
Boy,
do. We
if
really...
you do that, I will have to kill you.
No, we won't do that. We appreciate your time so much. It's been an honour to have you on the show this morning. And
Great pleasure.
Hope you're having a pod blast with a podcast.
And when you think children's authors, you think Andy Lee. That's predominantly the body of work people know him from the most. He joins us now. How are you, Andy?
Morning, guys.
Now-
I've seen Herbet on your Instagram. He's looking good.
yeah,
He's
he's
really
good.
good.
Thank you.
Yeah. No, there was some allegations of tracing. We're not buying into those.
No, amazing. Well, the key is a good illustrator. I'm convinced no one has ever come to my books for the word.
Yeah,
But you'll notice if anyone's seen my books that my name is far larger than the illustrator on the front cover, and that would be my key bit of advice to you guys.
Yeah.
Bury the illustrator like a bass player in a band as far back as you can.
Well, obviously, your book series, Do Not Open This Book. You've written a few of them now. I believe the 7th in the
Is it 7?
series
Yeah.
is coming out.
Yeah, the 7th out this week, actually. It's called Do Not Open This Book or Else. And to continue the plagiarism, I had a call with a beautiful school called Campbellfield Public in New South Wales.
Yeah.
Because they had written a book based on my character, and they wanted to read it to me. It was an autistic class, and they'd written this great book, and it was titled Do Not Open This Book or Else. And I couldn't think of a title for my book, so I asked whether I could take it.
Yeah.
They said yes. And then I had my lawyers go straight around there and write a very clear document. So this latest book is dedicated to them.
Yeah, right.
Oh, that's excellent.
That's amazing.
And I mean, last year's book won an award, right, as well, for the best picture book.
Yes, we won best picture book of the year yesterday.
That's
so
huge.
obviously, I'm just I've been celebrating. I'm on a 4-day bender. You caught me on day 2.
Well, Andy, it's going to be the last damn year you win it now that we've got Herbet in the shelves.
Yeah, you got some serious competition this year.
I am nervous, and hence I've got my my lawyers also drafting an option to try and buy your concept straight off you, just to try and shelve it. That's what they do in Hollywood.
Even though, we're now talking like we're enemies, we were wondering about quotes for books, of course. We brought this up with Mem Fox, Liam.
Yeah, obviously iconic. Like, she's like the godmother of Aussie picture books. And she was telling us about the blue page and how it has to be a little bit sad in the middle and stuff. And then
giving us actual writing advice.
Yeah. We asked her for a quote and then she got a bit awkward and she says, I don't usually do those. In fact, the last time I did, it was quite a bad book. And then we said, great, so that's what we'll put on the front cover. And she said, I'll kill you.
Yeah.
So we got a death threat from Mem Fox, which is, obviously we're already shaking the industry up a little bit.
Yep.
Is there a quote we could use verbatim from you for the...
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hit the record button.
Okay, go for it.
Having never read this book, I'm unsure whether I'm better off in life or not. But you'll have to open it to find out for yourself.
That's actually
really
very good.
Actually, that felt like you'd read it.
Yeah. I might put that above Mem Fox's now. Right?
Yeah. The best bit is we actually haven't written anything.
No.
It's
due to go to the printer.
No, that is true. We actually got to get back to the writer's room anyway, Andy. But thank you so much for your tips on how to write an award-winning children's book.
Pleasure, guys.
Liam Pod Men Cast. Wait, I said that wrong. Ben and Liam Podcast.
Now, Liam, we're about to speak to Shaun Micallef.
Yeah.
Who we love, by the way.
Shaun Micallef's the best.
He is the absolute best.
But it's I find it upsetting that he's also picked this week to release kids' book. It sort of seems like, he probably heard the show on Monday and he knew. So, yeah, look, I think he can't hear us at the moment. We're about to go to him for an interview. I think we're going to have beef with Micallef.
I think we're going to start,
I think that's what's going to happen here.
All right, let's do it.
Our next guest has been in the comedy scene since before Ben and Liam were born. He's one of Australia's favourite comedians and has hosted more TV and radio than we can count. For his new book, Happily Ever Afterwards, please welcome Shaun Micallef.
Micallef, good morning. Pleasure.
Thank you very much. What a beautiful introduction. I shouldn't point out, though, that the only reason I've done so much radio and television is because, it hasn't lasted very long. Each individual piece is very short.
Well, look, I have been a real admirer of your work for years. I know I speak on behalf of Ben
100%.
as well, but I'm not going to lie. I'm coming into this interview with a little bit of angst.
Yeah, me too.
I'm not really particularly happy at the moment because obviously your new book's out, Happily Ever Afterwards. It just seems weird that...
Liam, what's the matter? I would have thought you'd be happy for me.
No, I'm not.
It kind of feels a little bit like you're stepping on our toes a bit, Shaun.
Because, we've been making a lot of noise about it recently. We're also releasing a kids' book. It just seems sort of weird that you would step to... some younger guys coming up in the author game. I don't know why you do that.
Well, I heard whispers, but I didn't think to confirm them. I think there's room. I think there's room in the children's book space for both of us. I mean, Hans Christian Andersen wrote, at the same time as Lewis Carroll, and I don't think they had any problems.
Yeah, look, Shaun, we're not afraid to make enemies. Mem Fox said she would kill us. So, in a previous interview,
she did say
that.
You have to push that woman very far before she breaks, because she's very used to speaking at libraries and things to children. She's a very grounded person.
You know what, Liam? Before we judge it, why don't we find out a bit about what it's about?
Yeah. Tell us about this new book that you've conveniently decided to release at the same time as ours, Happily Ever Afterwards. What's it about?
Yeah, well, I'm a bit suspicious of that question in itself because I don't know that you've written one, and you might just be. This might not be being broadcast. You just might be talking to me, fishing for ideas.
No. Our book is Herbet the Dancing Horse. Okay?
He's a horse and he loves dancing.
He loves to dance. What do you think about that, huh?
Well, the story's in the title, isn't it? Do you need any pages?
Now listen here. That idea
dances, he's a horse.
That came from an 8-year-old boy named Angus.
Yeah, you apologise to Angus.
So you apologise, and it's, you know what? We're doing it for variety. Is yours for a charity? I didn't think so. It's for your pockets.
All right, well, there are horses in my book, but they're all unicorns.
Right.
So they're not technically horses. So I don't think there's any crossover there. That's okay. Well, my story's more about. Remember the old story of the Pied Piper of Hamelin? Mine's a rip-off. It's the Pied Piper of Hamelin, except they go and rescue the children from the mountain.
I see.
But they make a mistake and they rescue the rats instead. That's basically my story.
Gotcha.
Yeah, sounds lame.
No, it's good. It's really good. It's got drawings in it. Has your book got drawings in it? I suspect not.
There'll be some illustrations. Yeah, there'll be some.
We're working on them. Yeah. Also, children.
What do you mean you're working on? You got the title from an 8-year-old kid. Who's writing? Who's doing the drawing?
Also, more kids. So what we're doing is we're outsourcing all the work to the children.
It's
much more cost effective.
By kids for kids. Yeah, actually, that was sort of the thing we were.
Yeah, well, you can buy tennis shoes and sporting equipment made by small children in third world countries. Export processing zones. I don't think we should be proud of that.
Yeah. Well, you know what, Sean, this really isn't going well, is it? I mean, this. I just want to come out and say this interview is not an official endorsement for your book, Happily Ever Afterwards. If anything, this is a public service announcement saying that you shouldn't buy that book. That's what I'm getting here for.
Well, you know what? I'm very happy to read your book. So, when I say your, I'm using it in inverted commas, Herbet the Dancing Horse, because it sounds intriguing, and I'd like at least my lawyers to go through it.
Can we put that on the book as a direct quote?
Which bit?
It sounds intriguing.
It sounds intriguing, ... Yeah, make it a little quick.
Rather than, I'll get my lawyers to comb over it.
Well, look, it's always good to get the show enemy on, Liam.
Yes.
Mr. Shaun Micallef.
I must admit, look, I've had a bit of a flick through and the illustrations are very good.
Very
it looks
good.
like there's a little bit more substance in there.
I think we're just a bit jealous of yours.
That's why I'm a bit upset about the whole thing.
Yep.
But, hey, look, no hard feelings if we beat you at the coveted book awards next year that Andy Lee and Zoe Foster-Blake seem to win every year. It's like Ronaldo and Messi every year for the Ballon d'Or. It's just those two getting up. So, well, maybe it'll be one of us this time. Who knows?
People can get their hands on Happily Ever Afterwards by Shaun Micallef. It's available now from all good bookstores, but of course, you just go past that and go get ours.
Herbet the Dancing Horse.
Herbet the Dancing Horse.
Sean, thank you so much for the chat this morning.
It's a pleasure.
That bit's done. Here's another one.
Yep, it's our kids' book written by kids for kids, Herbet the Dancing Horse. The book is now written and off with the publisher, getting made. It's a book about a horse who goes to school, doesn't know what his talent is at the talent show, but it all ends with a happy ending. I'll just say that.
It's a really great story, and now we've realised we need to make an audio book so we can bring it to life on the radio, which is really exciting.
And you were throwing out some massive celebrity names, Liam, that you wanted in this book.
I'd like Michael Cera to voice Herbet, Seth Rogen. I think Stephen Fry would be great to narrate the whole thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then you said at this exact time yesterday that you guarantee you have one of them on the show this morning. So who did you get?
I didn't say that.
No, you did say that.
In fact, I'm going to have one of these people locked in by tomorrow. Oh, that's right. I did say that.
You did say that.
Okay. Well, look, I may or may not have locked someone in. I
means
did.
You haven't.
Oh, well, I might have. I got a lot of numbers of some hotshot agents and managers around the world. So yesterday, I made some calls.
I started fishing in Australia first. Surely if I bagged a big fish like Russell Crowe, more celebs would follow.
Hello, Melissa speaking.
Hello, Melissa. Liam Stapleton here, hotshot radio star, scholar, children's author and notable philanthropist. Are you Russell Crowe's manager?
Yes, I am.
I was just wondering if Russell would be interested in playing the role of Herbert's dad in a book series, Herbet the Dancing Horse. You may have heard of it.
Sorry, who did you say you were? Whereabouts are you from?
Liam Stapleton from Adelaide.
How did you get on to me?
That's not really important. What's important is that we have an offer here for Russell. I, in fact, have the contract in front of me, just looking at putting some pen on paper. Do you think he would be at all interested in voicing?
It's unlikely. I mean, you're welcome to send through a scope of what it is. And
seems like a lot of admin. I've got the contract here, so we can sign, or we can.
Yeah, look, I don't think so. I think
you know what?
Probably need to put a submission.
You just lost $200,000. You just lost $200,000. I'm willing to offer 100. Last offer on the table. Take it or leave it.
Surprisingly, she left it. Next, I called Hollywood to see if we could score the audiobook A Leading Lady.
Hello.
Hello, is this Melissa McCarthy's manager?
Yes, it is.
Hi.
Who's speaking?
Liam from Australia. Look, I was just calling because we've got a children's book doing quite well here in Australia called Herbet the Dancing Horse. We're looking at doing an audio book, and we were wondering if Melissa would like to voice one of our children's characters.
No, she's pretty busy at the moment, so I don't think we'll be able to get her.
We really loved her in Bridesmaids here. Okay. Look, if there isn't any interest, could you at least give me a contact for Seth Rogen?
Definitely not.
What about Joe Rogan?
No.
Rogan
Sorry.
Josh? That was a joke about curry.
Good luck, though. Bye.
No luck with Melissa McCarthy either. Apart from my funny curry joke, this whole exercise had been a complete waste of time. But I had one more number left up my sleeve. Could I land an A-lister to voice the villain in our story? Well, you're about to find out.
Hello.
Hello, is this Drew speaking, Vin Diesel's manager?
Yeah, that's correct. How may I help you?
I was wondering if Vin would be interested in potentially voicing a character in a children's book from Australia. He would be offered the role Mr. Evil Vacuum Cleaner Man. Do you think that's something that you guys would be interested in?
Absolutely not. Vin Diesel's very busy right now, Fast and Furious.
Fast 10?
That's right.
Vin has to move on at some point, and I think this will show his versatility.
The $1 billion project, man. We don't really have time to do children's books right now.
I tell you what, I got Ron Perlman's people banging on the door. You know
Ron Perlman?
From Hellboy? Ron Perlman?
I've never heard of him.
Now I know you're lying. Look, if you...
I'm lying about what? You're the one calling me. I haven't called you. I've got meetings to go to.
No need to get snappy about it. I'm just saying that you clearly know who Ron Perlman is, and if you don't, maybe you should look him up.
It doesn't matter who Ron Perlman is.
I didn't mean to offend you.
I'm not offended. I'm just busy.
Look, we're all very busy people. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you and Vin Diesel down for a maybe, and maybe we can touch base next week.
You can put down for a hard no on that. That's okay. Thanks a lot. Bye.
I reckon they'll come round. I don't know. I mean, Vin Diesel's manager definitely didn't like me, but the rest of them, I reckon, I don't know. We might be able to get one of them to voice our audiobook.
I'm impressed you got their agents and their managers, to be honest. I don't know.
Let's be real, though. He knows who Ron Perlman is. If he's in Hollywood, like that's what annoyed me. Because I'm like, don't even be rude about it.
And you wasted their time.
I don't know if I did. I mean, I think this will be good for all of them. Either way, we're very excited, guys, to now announce that the official pre-orders are actually open.
Yep.
So, herbetthedancing.horse.com.au. I'll say that website one more time. herbetthedancing.horse.com.au. It's a real website. You can buy the book there. All proceeds going to Variety as well, a wonderful charity.
Yep, they are hard, soft covers. That means they're physical books.
They're physically hard?
Yeah.
But no, sorry. They are hard in the sense that they are real, but they are soft because it's cheaper.
Get your hands on one today.
P to the O to the D to the cast.
Let's go now.
He's a book about Herbet the horse, of course. It's Herbet the dancing horse, of course.
The day is finally here. We've spoken about the kids' book that we've written with the children of Adelaide a hell of a lot. You can order it at herbetthedancing.horse.com.au. We've got an official website. It looks schmick. You can order it there. All the proceeds are going straight to Variety and all the vital work they do.
But, Liam, you had the idea, why don't we make it into an audiobook too that we can play on the radio?
Well, that's it. No one actually knows the story
at
yet.
all.
I mean, you've probably heard, kids calling up with different suggestions of characters and things and lines they could say, but, no one's actually heard the story yet.
And from the title, you can gather there's a horse.
Yep.
His name is Herbet, and he loves dancing.
There's a bit of dancing involved.
How do we get to that point?
Yeah. So we have enlisted the help of some of Australia's finest voices.
Yep.
They all happen to work for Nova.
Mm-hmm.
You got Chrissy Swan in there.
You got Jonathan Brown.
AFL legend Fitzy.
You got Joel Creasy.
Playing Herbet the Dancing Horse.
Kate Ritchie.
She was on Home and Away, guys. Don't know if you're familiar.
Pretty big star.
On a Logie.
Yep.
We tried to get Stephen Fry to narrate. He's pretty busy at the moment. I think they might be rebooting QI. Or something like that. So we got our mate Robbie to do it. He's got a really good voice, though.
Oh, yeah,
so it's gonna feel like you're right there. So here we go. We can finally say this is the story of Herbet the Dancing Horse. We're so proud of it, and we can't wait for you to hear it.
Once
upon a time, there lived a brown, spotty horse called Herbet. Herbet was a horse, of course. Nobody really knew how old he was. He was 5, 6, or maybe 7. All they knew is that he was younger than a teenager and older than a toddler. One day, Herbert's school decided to put on a talent show. There was only one problem. Herbet didn't know what to do. He decided to go around and ask his classmates what they were doing for the talent show. Herbet asked Sammy the sloth.
Hey, Sammy, what are you going to do at the talent show?
I'm going to sing opera. What are you going to do, Herb?
Said Sammy. Herbet replied,
Singing sounds great, Sammy, but I can't do that. My throat's a little hoarse.
Next, Herbet visited Dude the Duck.
What are you going to do at the talent show, Dude?
I'm going to do a really cool skateboard trick, like a kickflip, 900, or a blunt fakie. What will you do, Herbet?
Herbet the horse was sad.
I don't know. I can't do any cool tricks like that.
It seemed everyone knew what they were doing. Surely Herbert's silliest friend, Silly the Snake, hadn't picked something yet.
What about you, Silly the Snake? What are you going to do at the talent show?
It's funny you should ask. I'm going to do stand-up comedy. Here's one for you. What do snakes use to clean their car windows? Windscreen vipers.
Herbet laughed so hard his top hat fell off. But sadly, he still didn't know what to do. Herbet the horse was really sad. He went home that night and told his dad, Paulie the police horse.
Dad, I really want to enter the talent show at school, but I'm not good at anything.
Herbert's dad reached into the secret cupboard high above the oven, above him, and grabbed an old horseshoe box.
Son, I've been waiting for this day.
Herbert's dad opened the box and pulled out a bright red pair of tap shoes.
These are for you, son. Just because you have 2 left hooves doesn't mean you can't dance.
The day finally came. Sammy the Sloth was first on stage with an incredible opera performance. Then came Dude the Duck and his amazing skateboard tricks. Silly the Snake performed an incredible stand-up comedy set. It was time for Herbet the Horse to take the stage. As the music started, Herbet the Horse put on the performance of his life. The whole crowd couldn't believe how incredible he was at dancing. His performance was so incredible that his hair changed color and became a rainbow. Herbet the Horse was made the winner of the school talent show. The principal, Mr. Evil Vacuum Cleaner Man, even gave him a shiny trophy.
Here you go, Herbert.
His friends all cheered and said,
From now on, your name isn't just Herbet the Horse.
It's Herbet the Dancing Horse. Herbet the Dancing Horse was so happy. He finally realized that everyone is good at something. They just need to find it.
I'm crying. I don't know if you're crying.
I don't know if it's like because it's been 2 months of build-up.
Yeah.
But I feel very emotional.
We're coming for you, Roald Dahl. That is a children's book right there. Am I right?
The thing I like about it is, well, like obviously, you know, across the 2 months, a lot of people had their input. I love that we got the input about the blue page.
Yeah, from Mem Fox, the famous author, told us it had to be sad in the middle, and
I
it has to get happy again.
I was sad when you didn't know what he wanted to do.
That's it.
Show.
And obviously, all these, we didn't come up with any of these characters, just kids who are calling out. Came up with that. Isaac, 10 years old, came up with Mr. Evil Vacuum Cleaner Man, voiced by Danny, who also listens to the show. So he did a very good job. And if anything, I think that's sort of looming over Herbet for possibly a second book. You know what I mean? Like something. Don't want to call too early.
What would happen in the second book? He fights crime or something?
Yeah, fights the vacuum cleaner man. Is that, you know, the best bit is we've been talking about this for months. We wrote that in about 10 minutes.
Ben and Liam is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.